Ghostiami, joined by my favorite man over here, Mr. Dan Gaskin. And, you know, he's doing, we're about to do a nice little series as I get some choice looks over here from some other analysts.
And we got some noise in the crowd because finally we are getting back into this game. Thank you very much for waiting for us to get this kicked back off. We're going to start things off with Renegade on the side of Str8 Rippin, just tossing a few nades. And actually one of those nades connects with Shooter's boot and will take him down. And look at APG and Ace as well. They're running a tear. And Str8 now, they get a nice little opening lead here. A camouflage is a reward as well. A nice start and a good way to come back from a break for Str8 Rippin.
And of course, it's Mr. Richard Hines, this guy, the ketchup bottle himself, moving around the map with camouflage, has the SMG ready to go, and he knows exactly where he needs to move, but perfect positioning right there. If he had just pushed a little bit further, we would have seen some hit ticks, and he would have been spotted, but thankfully for him, not the case, as now we're going to see if he can make some plays. I like to kind of whisper during these times.
This is a silence, a lull across the battlefield. Everything's slowed down a little bit already early on in the game as Hines is now just trying to scout out. He has noticed a few players on the radar, but no one's popping out just yet.
No one is popping out, man. It seems like every player on Splyce is just as quiet as we are casting, but right now, Hines finally takes down Falcated, but then Shooter cleans him up. Big double kill coming out of Shooter.
Yeah, Shooter, as many people have said, he's the kind of guy that Splyce are looking to really make the difference, the kind of leader of this team, and they have managed to go 5-4 up now. They were behind, they slowed it down, and they've gained a lead, and perhaps the game's going to start to speed up now because of it. You saw Shooter was tossing a couple of nades. He knows someone is around, lurking around, trying to find him, but he's got a teammate to back him up, and instead his teammate's going to die. Can't trade the kill onto Hines, though. Hines able to survive with his life, and now here comes Ace to the party. He wants to join in and get involved, get a few drinks down him, but instead, Shooter is going to just dart away and stay alive. But here comes APG. He finishes him off.
Where did that angle come from, Dan? It looks like we saw APG actually pulling up with a perfect flank at the right time, finishes off Shooter, but now we're going to jump on board with Boo Boo Doo Boo, and I'm curious to see how these guys are communicating right now. Splyce seems to be doing pretty damn well, and I want to go right into a Splyce listening.
Barrels. I'm gonna push Snipe Paul.
I'm not gonna play. It's early 40s. We don't have time. We don't have time.
Basement, wait.
Scatters up, guys. So, and Snipe Paul, like, keep an eye on camo. Basement.
Pushing white.
We get camo,
One shot white.
Camo should be up. Basement weak. And basement weak. And on camo, one shot. Full stains with camo. Full stains with camo, one shot.
Alright.
Full stains, basement, guys.
Open weak.
Camo on carbine. Camo on carbine, right now. Camo on carbine.
One shot open.
We have numbers. Spawn BR base.
Carbine weak. I'm
splitters. Yeah, one's gonna spawn behind us. One is gonna spawn behind us.
Let's look behind us.
Push this. I'm walking behind us. He's bunker now. Bunker weak.
Last guy was camo, right?
Yeah, Hines had it. Did we kill Hines or not?
Let's back up. Let's look around.
No, he's on me with storm rifle. He has camo storm rifle. It's Renegade. Renegade storm rifle camo. Maze, one shot. Maze. Nice. They have scattered. He's way holding mechanic.
E1 as well.
New snipe filling it, Ryan. Watch out.
Yeah, I'm crouching down. I'm one shot.
Yeah, I'm here.
Bottom nest, Jesse. Bottom nest.
Yo, mid cat right now. Mid cat.
Look at mid cat.
Snipe cat, guys.
Mid cat right now. Renegade weak. He's trying to push for snipe. You won one shot. Nice.
Under nest weak. Under nest regen. Bottom nest sniping. They're both nest.
Push, guys.
Shot. Nice. One more. Watch for snipe. Bottom nest. Weak. Snipe. Watch out.
Top snipe, guys.
He's gonna jump it off.
Top snipe.
And we are back. Obviously, right there, you hear some pristine communication, some unbelievable small talk coming out from the roster of Splyce. These guys are young, man. So the fact that they have that sort of composure, right? We're talking about spawns, where Hines is. I mean, there wasn't any man left behind during those communications.
And what I love is they choose when they want to get loud as well. They're not getting loud and proud with every single kill, but it's when you get a real kill that matters. When you out-pistol someone, out-BR someone, that's when you let them know. We saw how Str8 struggled when crowd pleasers started to get into their heads yesterday, and perhaps Splyce could do something very similar. Of course, Str8 did come on top in that series in the end, but boy, was it a close one. Still on board with Shotzzy now, who's just kind of limbering around everywhere at the map, just jumping around, trying to help his teammates, who actually are quite spread spread out at the moment.
Oh yes, definitely very spread out, but the camo's coming up and the APG was well aware of it. I don't know if Shotzzy is just yet, but it looks like he was ready to stop that push, and now the active camouflage will fall into the hands of none other than Mr. Boo Boo Doo Boo. This guy is a force to be reckoned with when he has the camouflage, and I'm pretty sure that Str8 Rippin's well aware of it. So Dan, I'm curious to see how Str8 actually combats this camouflage. Let's jump right into another listen in with Str8 Rippin.
Double back. I'm getting pipes. Cameras connected, one shot. Going back right. Back right. He's connected still. 32. Connected with camo, he jumped up. He come right up. 32 on me. Tongue piece weak. Camera's dead. No, carbine's fine. I'm coming barrel. Spawn bunker. Coming to you. Where? Connector on me, one shot. There's two on me. Basement, one shot. Nest side, two nests. One shot here. Nice. Two nests. Basement again. Snipe off. I have scatter. I need help, guys. Run, John, run. I can't run. I need it. He's gonna kill me. I died. He pushed. Cut. I can't help you. I cannot help you. Thank you. Yeah, cut that on everyone. Try to get the scatters down here. I'll get it. Top rail. Push me weak. Step. One, he has shield, guys, no VR base. I'm going to after this. I got one. Absolutely, you wanted me. Yeah, absolutely. Where's he going? I'm right. I saw carbine, guys. Feed up. I'm fucking carbine. Top rail, John. Might be nest.
And that is some hectic communication if I've ever heard any coming out of Str8 Rippin. It seems like very much reactionary callouts outside of maybe a well-composed Hines, as he always is. But yeah, these guys, man, they're a little bit concerned. We heard Renegade calling out, "I'm gonna die with the scatter shot. Please, guys, help." And it's just those type of distress calls that they have me a little bit worried for the Str8 Rippin roster going up against Splyce.
Now we're in the situation, Splyce with a 10-kill lead, make that just 8 now because of that double from Renegade. And if we look back earlier when Splyce faced off against Fab, they had something like a 15-kill lead, and Fab brought it back to just 2 kills in the end. Splyce really need to be good at closing these games out, but here come the kills from Str8. We've got a sniper rifle in the hands of APG. He hits a double, almost gets the triple as well. Will he find it?
Wow,
yes, he will. APG going huge here. Don't do anything more, otherwise I'll lose my voice.
He almost challenged that for the overkill, and thankfully he did not, because it would have caused Dan to lose his voice, of course. But now we're going to jump on board with Hines. Renegade still has the scatter shot, though. Gets cleaned up. Hines now very knowledgeable player. He knows exactly where these guys are over in the White Hall, so he's going to do his best to stay alive and also put shots down. Ace gets a big cleanup kill. Now he's the guy with the sniper rifle. We're going to have to wait and see if he does anything with it.
What we've got to remember, it's not just money that's on the line, it's pride as well, as Ace puts a bullet between Shooter's eyes, and he's looking for more as well. Can't actually connect the shots to find a double, so he's just going to back off and allow a teammate to finish that one off. But we spoke to Hines yesterday. He said he was eating, he was sleeping, he was breathing Halo, and it's starting to show for Str8 Rippin now as they are pulling this one back. It's just 3 kill deficit, and they've got control of the sniper rifle. APG's going to ground pound town as well, and now Ace is just setting himself up.
Dan. I think you missed the kill feed. It was just a barrel, man. It wasn't a ground pound. But either way, the barrel kill is also, it's an embarrassing one. But now we have one player down for Splyce. Ace controlling this back bunker. He's actually blocking the spawns for those of you guys just joining us in this Halo World Championship Finals. Halo, man, it's a game of inches. I mean, there's spawns, there's all these things you need to worry about, and when a player on the enemy team is dead, you have to be concerned about where he's going to respawn, and Ace is always mindful of it. And now we hear a "Let's go Str8" chant in the crowd. Not sure if you could hear it through the mic, but everyone in the crowd going absolutely nuts over here in Burbank.
Yeah, but maybe they're going nuts at the wrong time, as Splyce have just put a few kills. They've strung them together, and they've got a 3-kill advantage. Once again, make that 4, because Shotzzy's going on a tear with the scatter shot. APG just trying to stay alive here. He's got teammates to help him out. And that was the needler below him. I thought he was going to pick it up for a second there. That would have been crazy stuff, but it's a 5-kill lead. Shooter's got his hands on a sniper rifle's hand. And hello! Hines just spawns right in front of his reticule. What a terrible place to spawn. 2 more kills needed now for Splyce to take this game.
Yeah, that was a particular one. I don't know if it was because the Geo in his face was actually blocking his line of sight or what's going on there, but regardless, he pops him for that kill, and now he picks up the camo. Only 1 bullet left, but that might be the only one that he needs. We're going to have to see. Shooter, normally known for his elusive behavior, how he can kind of sneak around a map. And some players like to think he's a little bit of a camper as well. But you know what? This guy's moving all around the map now that he has the camouflage. And he finally connects on that sniper bullet. Very, very clutch kill. And that's it. The victory going over to Splyce. Game number 2. taking down Str8 in Rig Slayer.
Yeah, the break not affecting their momentum in the end, and as you said, 2-0 to them, and you can hear the Splyce fans making some noise in the crowd as well. I mean, there's a few of them, but they are loud and proud, and that's what I like to hear. Let's have a look at some of the statistics as well. You can see Shotzzy 16 kills. I'd like to remind everyone that man, or that kid, is 15 years old, and currently he is tearing up some of the best players we've ever seen to grace Halo. The players like Ace, players like Heinz, and speaking of Heinz, he had a difficult game. We were speaking before the series started and said, who are the players that need to be stepping up? Who are the support players? And we touched on Heinz, -10.
I'm going to call out Renegade right here. I know yesterday he had a little bit of a rough day, and now these last 2 games, the guy has had a single assist. Just minimal assists. And when you're talking about a team like Str8 Rippin, where a lot of these players rely on each other, they rely on someone to jump out and charge. Heinz is one of those guys, man. And so we know that Renegade is very well capable of actually using some of the, I mean, really the best teamwork and decision-making that I've seen in a very, very long time in Halo. But right now, just some of those assist lines, they're bugging me a little bit. Not sure if Heinz was missing shots, maybe he wasn't getting the kills, but regardless, they need to have a little bit more cohesion when we're talking about the teamwork aspect of the game right now.
And we heard what Walshy and Wonderboy were talking about in the pre-show as well, saying Shotzzy had an average of 16.875 kills per game, and he's just picked up 16 kills yet again, so continuously hammering the opposition and making that average kills absolutely amazing from him, to be honest. Impressive play from Shooter at the end, just to be calm and collected with that camouflage. Just when we thought Str8 were going to get back into it, they brought it back to 40-40. Suddenly, Splyce turned it around, they brought the heat, and they managed to shut down Str8 Rippin.
And the player you just saw on your screen from Splyce, that is Mr. Falcated. That guy doesn't get enough love, really, from any of us casters, I'll be honest. And it's really just because he's one of the guys that does the dirty work. And when you're talking about dudes on teams that do the dirty work, well, frankly, they never get enough credit. So I'm going to shout him out. Shooter as well, another big player, known for just how he knows how to slow down the game when obviously the rest of his team can be extremely aggressive. So Falcated and Shooter kind of always working behind the scenes, if you will. And there you see it, Shooter getting that spawn snipe headshot, picks up the camo, uses it to get the final headshot with that sniper rifle bullet, and then turns it into a double kill, wins the game. Very, very big plays out of him.
So Truth Capture the Flag is going to be game 3 here, and for those of you that didn't witness it earlier, actually Splyce dropped Truth Capture the Flag to Fab Gaming. They were 2-0 up. No, actually, sorry, no, that was a different game type, but it was, yeah, I got really excited then. I was thinking it was Coliseum. It was Coliseum they dropped in the end, but Truth Capture the Flag, Splyce have been performing very well on. They actually did take down Fab 3-1 earlier, so they know how to play this game type. Who are we going to start things off with, Ghost?
Let's start it off with the guy I was just talking about, Mr. Falcated. This guy instantly goes for the Splinter Grenade. That's actually, you know, just a standard maneuver, right? We see players a lot of the times use the Splinter Grenade to deny that camouflage for the other team, and it looks like Splyce chooses to play this a little bit more passive, kind of a defensive approach, but when you're not hitting the shots right there, it's a little bit concerning. I guess Boo Boo Doo Boo, though, is, as he's going to go and somehow pick up his trusty camo. I was here talking trash on that strat, and now 30 seconds later, Boo Boo Doo Boo has camo.
Yeah, and he's just going to lurk around below the base and see if he can find anyone at the moment. It's not going to happen. He's going to have to reposition himself to try and help out some teammates, but instead he's going to go back to his own base and be on the defensive. Does spot out Renegade, but Renegade does have a carbine, so this is an interesting battle for Boo Boo Doo Boo to take. Does have help from teammates though, so we'll be able to try and take down Renegade. Renegade tries to hit a shot with the plasma pistol. Not going to happen. Boo Boo Doo Boo gets the kill, and now we can see Splyce, they get aggressive and go for the pincher play onto Str8, who is stuck in their base here.
All right, and you see Boo Boo Doo Boo making these sneaky plays yet again. Misses the jump on front of the base, which should be so damn easy, but now Boo Boo Doo Boo making a move and throws a ridiculous sticky for the double.
Nope.
And doesn't get it. All right, well, anyways, we're going to stay on board with him, as now it looks like it's Shotzzy who has the sword under the base of his opponent, and they are just causing so much commotion over here, and Boo Boo Doo Boo just mowing down Ace with that assault rifle. One player left on Str8 underneath the base. Renegade, though, picks up a very clutch kill. Let's hop on board with him. He might be able to get this return. It looks like everyone else on Splyce is completely distracted by that player under the base, and sure enough, Mr. Renegade not only gets the return, but also grabs the energy sword.
Yeah, amazing stuff. Obviously, as a reward, getting the sword, and now he can put shots across. You can see shooters there in P2 as well, but APG will finish him off. And now it's Str8's turn to get on the aggressive. They can lock Splyce back in their base, and Renegade's going to be able to burst in and get kills with this sword. Doesn't even need the sword for that time. He can just run with this flag as well. Of course, the sword helping you move so much faster with the flag. He's got support from his teammates as well. I don't think there's anyone from Splyce in a position to stop this one. So this is going to be a 1-0 to Str8 Rippin. The response they needed after going 2-0 down in this series.
And just as we talk about that, Dan, the camo is about to pop in 5 seconds. We're going to see if there's any player in position waiting for it. And it looks like, yes, Mr. APG. And you know what? I got to give a shout out to In the Clutch, Wes Price, standing behind these guys, making sure that Str8 Rippin burns that camo, because we all know that Renegade and the rest of the team was out of position. But here he is. It looks like he went for a pull, accidentally missed it, but now 2 down. He knows that players are going to spawn in the bubble. Look at this, Dan. The guy is so intelligent with his movement, with his positioning. If he gets this up, it's a cap, guaranteed. And APG grabs the flag, and there it is. No, it's not just yet. But now we see APG, Ace and Hines, and they don't manage to stop it.
It's not gone in. It's been pulled. It's absolutely carnage. Boobu Doobu's going to fly in, and Hines is going to do what he can, but the flag is so close to being returned. But Renegade will actually pick it up. But now he goes down as well. We see them trying to get the return here. This could be huge if Str8 could put this one in. APG will find it. Ace has actually picked the one up, and it's still not been returned because Splyce are just soaring in one by one off spawn. They keep pushing this base. They are bombarding it. They don't want to give Str8 a 2-0 lead.
And this is a little bit scary now, because if you're Ace underneath the base and you keep seeing the kill feed popping up and it's not guys on the enemy team dying, well, you got to be a little bit worried. And look at him almost getting that amazing sword kill, but does not. And now this could be the return that we expected to see from Splyce. And there it is. Boobu Doobu puts it away, and now we see the flag being ran by Mr. Falcated.
It was so close.
Sword is up.
So close as well to going in. Yeah, he might do. He was just looking around, but here comes Boobu Doobu with great shots. He's got the sword. He finds 2 kills, and now he can run this one as well.
Oh, no!
He actually chokes it ever so slightly. I don't know if the
ever
grenade.
so slightly? Are you kidding me? That was a huge choke. The guy's running it with sword, and he blows it pink 1, Dan. Don't be sugarcoating it, my man. We're going to stay on board, though, with Shotzzy over here, pushing out pink side of the base. And guess what? Enemy returned the flag. I mean, when you are in a position like Boobu Doobu was, where he had sword and pistol, got a double kill, able to run the flag, and you just totally whiff it, I mean, you hate to see it.
I feel like a grenade just blew him out of range of the flag, though. It seemed like it was one of those things, but unfortunately, we can't really focus too much on it. They're just going to have to keep playing as Shotzzy is pushing into his own base. The flag is being moved once again, so he's going to jump top middle, reposition, try and find more. He needs to try and survive here. Grenades raining down on all of these members. You can see several guys at Splyce just trying to survive top middle here.
All right, and now Boobu Doobu, Shotzzy actually pushing over. We see this flag is just waiting to be grabbed. And it looks like we see Shotzzy use a splinter grenade to his advantage, but does not know that Ace is waiting for him in the base playing defense. So let's jump on board now with Ace, who's getting ready to pick up the sword. He doesn't know what he wants to drop for it just yet, or maybe he's just having some issues. Regardless, though, it looks like we just saw some sort of a, it was spectator mode, folks. I know we just saw a player left. I was a little bit concerned. It was actually the spectator, so do not be alarmed. All 8 players are still in the game, and this game will continue. Jumping on board now with Renegade, though, as we watch him making sure that he still has the sword. He is still
but he gets stuck. Good stuff from Shotzzy being able to take out Renegade there, so we're going to move across and see what Shotzzy can do off spawn here, because he's been playing absolutely fantastically. As we said earlier, an average of around 16, 17 kills per Slayer game, but what can he do when it comes to capture the flag? They're still 1-0 down. We need to see someone make a real difference to get back into this one, Coach.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, when the time is ticking down, you got to be a little bit concerned, especially when Mr. Bradley Laws is hitting those perfect 5s with that pistol. Now he chooses to drop that trusty pistol for a more reliable carbine. I mean, this thing is deadly, especially when using it from a, considerable range. We all know how good it can be, especially in True Slayer. Well, True CTF is trying to use it.
Yeah, trying to use it, but he does go down in the end. Falcated gets a big grenade, and we'll move across to Falcated, who does have the sword. It's actually Renegade, who's got this sword, and he's going to push in and take down Falcated. He needs to just get shots on him. As you can see, the flag's being run, but he will be able to get a counter run of his own here.
All right, and you are damn right, Gaskin. It looks like Renegade was running the flag. The flag is still, though, for Str8 Rippin, it is still car 3, so we're going to have to see if anyone is in position to return it. I believe it's Ace going for the return. Yes, it is. Renegade puts in the second cap. Str8 Rippin goes up 2-0. in this game on True CTM.
Yeah, once again, that sword just paying off, but I think they're trying to run this flag once again, actually. I believe Heinz is moving that one, but he has actually moved away from it as he noticed there was a couple players off Splyce off spawn. Now we see Renegade in prime position to take this one down. Will he get a return as well? Does see the camouflage, needs to be careful, tries to dance around grenades, but he won't be able to survive. But here comes Richie Heinz, he gets the return. Great stuff from him. And now we see the flag still being moved by Str8 Rippin.
Oh yeah, and look at the defense though, that we see coming in here. And I believe the last cap goes in by Renegade, and he stands up. I haven't seen that guy get loud at all yet. He's a little bit of a humble guy, so for him to, you know, kind of escape his player cam right there, I'm wondering what's going through his veins. I mean, maybe he heard me on the mic because something changed, and now all of a sudden they look like a damn good team.
They definitely do. Incredible stuff. I mean, I'm not surprised Renegade has jumped up because he was doing disgusting stuff with the sword as well. Really made a difference running those flags. We saw a few questionable players. I mean, we saw the choke coming through when they were trying to run that flag, but in the end, Str8 are still victorious, and they'll be happy with that. Great way to get back into the series.
Oh yeah, unbelievable way to kind of claw back into it. Now down 2-1 in this series. We all know that you need to start winning, man, if you're trying to get to those later matches, right? I mean, we're talking about Saturday here right now, Dan. I know that it might feel like Sunday with some of the teams that we're seeing on our main stage, but we still have a lot more Halo to go, and we know that both of these teams still want to be in it.
Yep, of course they want to be in it. Well, let's have a look at shots. He was speaking about this young man, 15 years of age, and absolutely surprising everyone in the moment. Unfortunately, couldn't overturn that game for his team, but I mean, what can you say about this guy? I mean, coming through the ranks and already being on maybe a top 4 team.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, you know, being 15 years old and having an organization approach you and say that they want to sponsor you, and next thing you know, they're flying you out to play your favorite video game, and you're also winning money while doing it. So I gotta say, man, for a 15-year-old, it's not that bad.
I believe it wasn't T2 winning events at 15 years old as well.
Yeah, T2 was actually very young when he won his events. So I don't remember the exact age, but I do remember a young Tom Taylor with something certain on his head when he used to go to events in an MTV True Life episode.
MTV True Life, and maybe we're witnessing a new true great in the hands of Shotzzy. But Empire Strongholds is going to be game number 4. Anyway, you see this going,
well, first and foremost, it's Empire, and it's going to be Strongholds. And when you're talking about a map like that and a game type like that, I got to think that we need to worry about the power-ups, the pickups on the map, right? We know that the plasma pistol's there, the silenced assault rifle. There's a couple other things strewn across the map, but first and foremost, it's the overshield. And secondly, it's the camo. Excuse me, not Empire, but Strongholds Eden. Either way, I'm right. Camo and overshield still on it, and I think that's the right. But anyway, so regardless, both of these game types, you're going to need to worry about them. It is Empire Strongholds. My goodness, production. I'm getting a little bit screwed up over here. Anyways, though, Empire Strongholds, we are going to watch out for those two. And when you look at Clutch on the main stage, this guy is so focused on the power-ups. I mean, I watched him on Friday. I watched him even on Thursday. I had a little conversation with him. And he comes out here with a determined, you know, almost sort of sense of I hate losing, but it's not just hating losing with the team. He actually hates losing with those power-ups, right? I know earlier today on the Bravo stream, we talked to Towie, and Towie said, well, you know what, Ghost, sometimes your teammates aren't just in the position to grab the power-up, even though you time them right. Well, for whatever reason, it seems like they are when Clutch is calling it out, Tao. So, you know, just saying, you know, maybe he's up there, you know, because he deserved it. I don't know, just a thought.
Well, of course, coaches play a massive part in these games as well. Those timings, just the split second can really make the difference. And you've got to have that communication with your players as well. You've got to have those players feeding that information to your coach, letting them know exactly when they picked it up, just in case the coach perhaps didn't see it as well. But is there any team you're leading towards winning this one, Ghost? Because obviously you talked us through what the kind of key aspects of the map are, but do you see this being a straight map? Are they going to get back into this series?
I mean, Str8 has the momentum right now, but when we're talking about Empire Strongholds, I got to give credit to the guys on Splyce. This is, I mean, if there's any game type that I think would be theirs, it's this one. They have a knack for flying around the map, especially with the assault rifle ready, and they seem to have some good team shooting when it comes down to it. So when you couple those together and maybe see some overshields grabbed by, you know, that team, it could mean a very snowbally type of game type when everything's going right? And I know that that's so easy to say. We talk about how Optic Gaming makes everything look easy, and certainly they do. But you know, if everyone played that well, then everyone can make it look that easy.
That would be a crazy tournament if everyone was playing as well as Optic. Well, game number 4 is going to be Empire Strongholds, I believe, not Eden Strongholds, just to confirm for you guys. Crowd are getting loud and proud. And we are going to start things off, I think, with Renegade. And I think quite rightly what you said as well, Splyce, they just like to get aggressive in this game type. And really, 2 Strongholds is going to be huge for them as Renegade somehow stays on the map, keeps the overshield, and gets a kill as well. A great start from him.
Did this guy wait until this exact match to do that strategy? Because that was flawless. I have yet to see a player, first of all, jump off the fan and make it there with a thrust. Second of all, using his sprint to shoulder bash and stay alive. I mean, there's so many ways I could analyze that last play right there, and we just have to keep going. So I'm sorry, fans, but that was just a phenomenal initial start.
We'll give it to the analysts after the game. Maybe they can dive into that one. Maybe it's something for the Telestrator, but look at this. Splyce trying to get back into it, trying to get hold of Pit. Grenades coming through thick and fast, as Richard Sims would say, but at the moment they're not doing enough damage because Splyce are having to rotate round to blue base and try and take that instead.
You know, Richard Sims says a lot of things, and not all of them I would quote. We'll just put it that way. But anyways, we're going to stay on board with Shooter as he manages now to cap this hill. And it looks like they are still down. The points are ticking away right now for Str8 Rippin as they control the red base and the pit area. It's 2 down right now for Str8 Rippin though, as Shotzzy and Shooter both pick up 2 as well. So now we have 2 on 2 on the map, and we're going to see if Splyce decides to start going for this bottom mid.
Yeah, they are going to try and get Pit here, but there is going to be slight contention coming through from Str8. You can see Ace is jumping in on the scene, but the double comes through from Shooter. He's looking for more as well. Finds the triple. Can he find the overkill? He's just trying to stay alive. A teammate comes through in the end, but I think the important factor is he survives. He walks away with his life, and they get control of Pit as well.
And I'm so glad that we finally get to give this guy some credit right there, because those are the types of plays that we see him make all of the time on these multi-views that we get to watch here as casters. And sometimes, you know, Shotzzy as a sniper, Boo Boo Doo as camo, and next thing you know, we don't get to celebrate some of those Shooter plays. So hats off to him for doing a great job bottom mid in the pit and just staying alive.
Yes, Splyce now finally in control as well. We'll see how well Str8 do at trying to regain some control. You can see actually Str8 have pushed round, and Ace managed to find himself an overshield as well. So great timing. Once again, you were talking about how important the coaches are. How important is Ace going to be with this overshield? Is he going to push into pit, or is he going to rotate around perhaps to the red base? But he's getting spotted out by Shotzzy. He's getting grenades coming from here, there, and everywhere.
And this is a little bit concerning for me, because not only is it a 2-on-2 and Ace's overshield is completely stripped, but we saw a 2-on-2 going over in the tower side of the map. The camo was picked up by Renegade, but then burned because it looked like Boo Boo and Shooter just made a very good play. And now we see the hill getting, the pit was reset. APG now, but 3 kills for Str8 Rippin as we see them trying to combat and take this pit. We know, once again, 2 players in the hill. Only takes 6 seconds for you to cap. You add a third, it's 4.5 seconds. So these guys are just flying into the pit right now for Str8 Rippin, trying to make something happen.
Yeah, Str8 committed so much to that pit though, and now 3 of them are dead, and instantly Splyce get it on the back foot, and we'll see them try and take this blue base as well. It's going to be a temporary total control. I think Str8 are actually over at the blue base, red base as well, taking that one currently. So it's going to be just 2 plots hell for Splyce at the moment, but Shooter doing really well just to control the map, rotate round accordingly, and just push and pick and choose, to be honest, which base he wants to go for. Really impressive stuff from Splyce at the moment. Str8 need to find a way to kind of stop this aggression coming out from Splyce.
All right, and here you see Falcated yet again using that radar to his advantage, crouch walking around as they are out, puts down some peppered shots on some of the players, and now staying alive, maintaining turbine control. And here they are yet again. You see Falcated hanging out there. You see Shotzzy hanging out there as well. Both of these guys just maintaining outside control. They know how vital it is for Str8 Rippin to try and get something here going. Overshield's about to pop in 10 seconds, and Shotzzy and the rest of Splyce are definitely looking for it.
Yeah, they're in prime position for this next overshield, and maybe that's what Str8 are waiting to push for as well. But as soon as Renegade pushes out, he is greeted by Shooter, as Falcate is trying to lay down some shots. He finds one, looks for a second of ace as well. He'll reset Pit, and now he can push up and grab an overshield. So perfect play from Falcate and Splyce there. They timed it to absolute perfection.
Absolute perfection is right, as Falcate narrowly escapes death right there. Instead of burning the overshield, he gets a fresh one, and now we see him rotating all around the blue base, trying to stay alive, but also not, you know, necessarily. Oh no, he missed that last shot, but he does get that kill. Big reversal over there on Str8 Ace HCS, as Falcate now moving around the map, aware that there's players trying to flank him. He is the only guy on the blue side of the base, Dan.
It's total control though. At the moment, Str8 aren't able to put anything on the board. Finally, we see them control a blue base, but now Str8 is trying to push down here into the pit. It's actually Ace who's trying to make a difference. He's got support from APG as well, but here come the Splyce boys, reigning terror. That's 2 down for Str8 now. Can Renegade do anything different? Can he make a difference in this game? Because Pit's slowly being chipped away by Richie Hines. Can he take that one, or is anyone from Splyce going to be able to stop?
Richie Hines just single-handedly capped the pit on Empire's strongholds, and now we have a triple cap coming in the favor of Str8 Rippin. If that's not a spark, I don't know what is. These guys still have a chance to claw back into this game type, Dan.
They definitely do, but I wonder if Splyce are going to be able to. But suddenly APG and Renegade, they're going on a tear right now, taking down these Splyce members that are pushing off spawn. Renegade finds another off Falcated, and now he's going to try and take this base as well, go for another total control. Instead, he's going to push out, he's going to try and bait this one, but he is caught out by Shooter. He does have a teammate to help him out. We'll get the trade. It is going to be Ace, and they're still racking up points now. Str8. Splyce just need to kind of slow this down, be calm, and say, look, we've got a 40-point lead to work with. Let's just decide when we want to push, maybe wait for that next overshield, and that's when they'll make their moment.
Oh, 100%. And not only do they need to wait for the next overshield, they need to wait for the next camo, and because of how things worked out last time with Falcated coming a little bit slow onto that overshield, we are going to see both of these pop almost simultaneously, which really doesn't happen when you're talking about late game situations in Empire Stronghold. So it's going to be one or the other if you're looking at it that way. So APG gets a big kill there, and overshield is, I believe, grabbed. I don't know who was. I believe it was Ace who picked it up. So we're going to jump on board with him, as now he's trying to make sure that there's no camo players behind him.
Yeah, total control once again, and suddenly Str8 are on a huge comeback here. Splyce don't really know what to do with themselves. Off spawn, they are just being charged by a Str8 member constantly, and Str8 are not letting up. They're not allowing Splyce to even take one of these strongholds. Falcate, it's going to go down. Ace almost gets eliminated there, but look at those points just churning in the bottom right. 74, they're going to go up to 76. The comeback is well and truly on here, guys.
And look at this play by APG, just waiting, using the radar to his advantage, getting information about these players on Splyce. Very knowledgeable type of play right there. And unfortunately, Shotzzy cleans him up with the assault rifle at the last second. We saw APG almost close in on that kill, but it's going back and forth, man. Renegade, though, 3 kills now for Str8 Rippin, 3 down for Splyce, 4 down, all 4 dead. It's going to be a total control here in just a second, Gaskin.
And I think that might be the game. If they do get total control, there we have it. Now Splyce really need to do something, and they need to do it instantly, but they're on the back foot. Falcated will find 1 kill, but Renegade gets the trade. They're on to 93. They are still holding 2 of these points as well, and kills just coming through from Str8 Rippin. They were about 40, 50 points down, and now they're looking at total control once again from Ace, and that's going to be the game. Str8 Rippin make it 2-2. We've got a series on our hands.
You guys suck, Ace says, as I watch those lips go. I mean, you can't miss that. And there's Ace's mom cheering in the crowd. She's here what seems to be every event, always showing support for both of his sons, Mr. Eelmite Warrior and Ace. Always getting some love from the family. Got to give a shout out to both of their parents. They've been doing it for a long time, man. These guys, I mean, imagine having a son try and pursue a video game, right, professionally, and then imagine having a second son, you're like, all right, this one's going to turn out okay. And then he follows the brother, and they both end up playing video games. Parents of the Elims, I'm sorry, but it turned out all right, right?
I'm wondering what went wrong for Splyce there as well. They had about a 40-point lead at one point, and then suddenly Str8 just turned on the heat, and they fired up, and they shut down Splyce, and they were going total control to total control, and Splyce just couldn't find their way off spawn.
Yeah, and Heinz was making some very big plays that game. We saw him rack up 11 assists. When looking at his damage, the guy put up over 2,000 damage as well. So just making some very, very choice plays right there. And we don't really talk about it too much, right? But when looking at the accuracy, we saw it on Twitter yesterday. Heinz had the best accuracy in the tournament, and after the most recent update, the damage is right, the accuracy is right, folks. So you can definitely count on those stats now. And I gotta say, man, Heinz yet again putting up 53.5 accuracy, the highest in that game. And here you have it, man. The guy is putting up some numbers in this tournament.
And I mean, Heinz is just one of those players that will just rack up those assists as well. He's a fantastic support player. I mean, I'd love to have him on my team as well when I was playing back in the day.
The guy wouldn't team with you. I know him. I know him pretty well.
I instead like team with people like Wonderboy, and we did all right, but at least we didn't team with Sims. That's all that matters, to be honest, because he's...
Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to team with top 24 players. That's absolutely fine. But we are going to move in to the next game. It's going to be Coliseum Slayer. And what are you thinking about this next game?
It's hard to think about the next game when I just heard what Sim says, but I'm going to try and watch this replay and forget about it. Ace over here and the rest of Str8 Rippin, you look at some of the score right now, right? Look at this 54-27 in favor of Splyce, 82-34. Well, then all of a sudden, Str8 turned this game type around, and they surmounted a comeback for the ages. I think they ended up closing it out eventually at 100-82. You're talking about going on a run, my man. I mean, and we say Halo is a game of runs, but holy cow, man. Stronghold's Empires brings out some of the best in it.
Holy cow, indeed. I mean, Coliseum Slayer, though, how much translates from the map we've just seen? How much momentum is going to carry through into Coli Slayer? Do you see Str8 just continuing this fine form and going on a run like you just said? I
mean, we're talking about Coliseum Slayer. I think that this is a game type that favors Str8 Rippin. When you look at last game type, I was so easy to just give it away to Splyce. I mean, honestly, give it away to Splyce. And for a couple of those camos to not get picked up by Boo-Boo-Doo, we saw Shotzi in the end. He got, I think it was back-whacked or something by APG. Extremely clutch play that we caught off screen. But still, these guys over here on Splyce, they got their work cut out for them. You're talking about Renegade. This guy is a monster with the sniper rifle, and he hasn't even done much this weekend. So clearly, he's got something saved out there in the tank, and we're going to see if he can put something together right off the start of this game.
Well, let's hear some noise. It's game number 5. It's 2-2. We have got a fantastic series on our hands. It's Slayer Coliseum. We've got rockets. We've got sniper rifle. We've got all the goodies to see these players really shine. And Renegade, once again, is just going to burst towards one of these power weapons and try and pick up these rockets. Grenades are coming through, but he is surviving, takes down Shotzi, and he will get rockets as a reward. He's actually having to back off because Boo-Boo-Doo was in a fantastic position to stop that from happening.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was, but clearly he was using the spot to his advantage. But now 3 down for Splyce. We're going to hop on board with APG. He just saw his teammate Ace pick up Sniper, so let's jump over to him. And I'm curious to see where some of these players are, and I think Ace is as well. So let's hop on board with spectator mode, and let's see where these guys are at.
Yeah, Ace with the sniper rifle, trying to reposition himself, trying to get with his teammates, but also put himself in a position where he can see players pushing him as well. Does notice a couple of Splyce players coming through sniper here as well. Can't quite find the head of Falke. It is missing a few shots. Perhaps needs to back off and rotate round so he doesn't lose this sniper rifle. But it looks like Renegade's doing all the work, to be honest. He's got rockets to work with. It's an 8-2 lead. A great start for Str8 Rippin.
And Ace, a great sniper. I mean, we saw him really in the early Halo 3 days just manually using a battle rifle, and then eventually the guy landed on status quo, and we figured out that boy could snipe, and now here it is in Halo 5, and it's no different. The guy has learned. He's become such a well-rounded player that his teammates, you know, the likes of Renegade even, they trust him with it. So we're going to stay on board with him with a 8-4 lead, as now Ace just looking, man. He's looking for those Splyce guys. He just wants them to peek out, man, and they are not showing any face.
Really smart decision making from Ace though, but there we go. He's starting to hit the shots now. He rotated around, he went back to the base, he didn't want to give the sniper rifle away. Really smart play from Ace, and he does actually have very little support from his teammates, so he needs to be very careful of where he's going to be positioning himself right now. He knows that rockets are in the hand of Splyce as well. New rockets coming up in just a couple of seconds, that is 10 seconds actually, and there are some of his teammates repositioning to try and get those in their sight lines as well.
Yeah, that was a little bit worrisome for me to see APG actually go down after being top rockets. Wow, if there was no Geo there, he definitely would have hit that shot. But unfortunately for him, there is a bridge. As now Ace maintaining control of the sniper rifle, playing very passive. I'm surprised. I mean, I know that Optic's probably watching in the stands just thinking, oh man, I would kill for someone to play like this because I would just fly at them. And right now, it seems like Splyce isn't well aware of that strategy, as now Hines picks up a big kill, staying on board with Str8 Rippin. He grabs the rockets. I believe they were naded. APG now trying to get the rockets as well. Let's jump on board though with Shooter. I think he's waiting and just baiting. Look at this. He's so well known for this. I think every pro player knows that he's the guy that's, you know, he's just hiding at the right spot at the right time, man. It seems like every time you get that eerie feeling that there's somebody watching you, well, Shooter's probably peeping on you, so just watch out.
We've not seen a massive lead develop for Str8 Rippin despite having that sniper rifle for so long, so I wonder if Splyce are able to grab the sniper rifle that's about to spawn. Maybe they can worm their way back into this game, but kills are coming through from Str8, but Shooter's in a really good position to grab this sniper rifle, knows there's someone below him, is just going to try and fire some assault rifle shots across, needs to try and survive, grenades coming through, but he is still alive somehow. He's got support from his team as well, but look at the kills coming through from Ace. That's a double kill for him as he looks for a triple. Will actually have to back down because he's on no shields, but I think maybe the damage is already done because he's allowed his teammates to push up onto that sniper rifle. Here comes APG with the rockets as well. All the goodies for Str8. This is great power weapon control.
And he is just making sure that they maintain control of the sniper tower, and I'm curious to see how they talk about it. Str8 Rippin, one of the most well-communicated teams on the circuit. Let's jump right into an Astro listen-in with Str8 Rippin.
Okay, off the rockets are coming up.
Rockets don't leave me aside, guys.
Under red. Okay, right corner.
Guys, they know I'm sniper you. They know I'm sniper you.
No, they're gonna be red corner right now. Red silver.
Top cat.
Red corner, one shot. Watch out, corner, guys. Don't get it.
Top cat. Guys, they need help. Top cat. Rockets are up. Rockets are up.
Red corner, Falcon, red flag.
Rockets, I think.
I need everyone red flag.
He's one shot. Red flag. Nice shot.
Red flag, he was behind you, red flag, watch out, window. Don't die. Back up. Blue rocks. Blue BR.
Rockets are on. Go red.
I have the blue fountain sitting there. I'm going blue corner. Give me a sight.
Did you say that? Don't push it.
Red silver. Blue cape. Red flag. I'll get him. Red window. 2 shots.
On the ramp.
We're gonna go. Blue flag also.
Red flag, one shot. Red flag's one shot.
Blue flag, guys. Blue flag chasing me.
He's on me.
Red cave, corner, blue corner, weak. Alright, you're right. Watch out, blue flag.
Nice job, John.
I'm going to snipe, guys. I'm pyramid. Upper corner. John.
He's on me.
Run. I'm at side with you.
They're all double.
He went low.
Yeah, back up.
Still here, red corner. I'll watch your corner.
Who's that? VR?
Cave in the BR. Top cat. Do it down, Red BR weak. 2 shots coming down, John.
Let's hear BR.
He's one shot. I got it.
Rockets are down red, Aaron.
Go back. We're singing.
Richie, your right cell.
We're singing 2 shots.
Richie, your right cell.
Nice. One shot, we're singing.
Double cave.
I stay alive.
Might flank trade. I'm watching top rockets. One top rockets. Watch the flank.
Falcon weak. 2 top rockets.
Hit him. Try to lift. They may be low, red side.
Go top. Blue BR weak. Go to you guys.
Bottom mid.
Blue server.
You can push the guy. We'll chop it up. Bottom middle. Blue server, we'll chat.
And listen to the intensity that Str8 Rippin is calling out with. Before, they sounded so unsure and so uneasy, so reactionary in that rig game, right? And now we're moved on to Coliseum Slayer. These guys are, I mean, they're basically screaming at each other and not taking any offense to it. Go back and get the rockets. Go get them. And now APG throws a fadeaway Kobe jumper with the splinter grenade, and he lands that. It's a little bit tough right now for Splyce, Dan.
Really important time in the game as well because rockets and sniper rifle coming up at exactly the same time. APG is going to be able to grab those rockets and just reload them. I wonder where the sniper's going to fall, though. Who's going to be able to hit some shots? It's going to be a 12-kill lead for Str8 Rippin. And honestly, just the rocket control alone has really been allowed them to make such a huge gap in this game, as APG is going to push across towards the sniper side as well and see if he can do any real damage with these rockets. We'll see Falcated first, takes him down, looks for a second, but no one is going to play ball just yet. Still a 12-kill lead.
Amazing, amazing gameplay right now coming out of this Str8 Rippin roster, but we cannot count out Splyce just yet. And you know why? Because the young man himself, Mr. Shotzzy, has the sniper rifle in hand, and we all know how dangerous he can be with it. Let's jump on board into observer mode, and let's see if he can, you know, seemingly just wish his way back into this game, because he is down by 12 kills right now. Splyce needs some help.
Str8 doing well to avoid his line of sight, though. They know full well where he is, so they are positioning themselves behind any walls, behind any sort of objects that they can get cover. And you can see, because of that, Shotzzy trying to reposition himself to try and get a better angle. He needs to be careful being pushed from left and right. I mean, it's a very unorthodox position to be sniping from top rockets, but if it works, I will call his praises and I will hail the young man. But he's still looking for anything. It's suddenly slowed down in the battlefield. It suddenly gets very quiet. Str8 are more than happy to wait this one out. They've got 4 minutes and 40 seconds left, but still an 11-kill lead. Yeah,
and this is quite a standoff. I mean, for Splyce to be, oh my goodness, he senses something. He's trying to get some new angles, but yeah, for Splyce to be in this sort of a predicament right here. I mean, 4 minutes left in dwindling. You're down by 11 kills. Not really the situation you want to be in. And to beat top rockets when the rockets are coming up, it's a good idea, but to be the guy with sniper as well, I don't know. I don't know if you want the T2 combo in this scenario.
It does look like a couple of Splyce players did find the Str8 guys hiding around, and they caught them with a few grenades as well. You can see Str8 just bunched up there over on the sniper side. Shotzzy has finally caught wind. He has just sniffed some of those players out, and he's trying to get any shots. But yeah, as you said, he's up there by the rockets, but he doesn't want to be the man to go for him. And finally, Renegade comes through. He floats from nowhere. He gets the T2 combo, does go for the no-scope, but he's got rockets in his back pocket. He's still alive somehow. He needs help. He's screaming for help from his teammates. He's saying, look, I've got rockets, I've got sniper rifle, get the hell down here.
And somehow, Mr. John makes it all the way out from bottom grass, has the T2 combo. Maybe this guy was born to be on Str8 Rippin, because he's clearly working it right now. Dan, it's unbelievable. He's just moving around the map effortlessly like he's done it before.
Just 5 kills needed now for Str8 Rippin. They were 2-0 down in this series, and perhaps they're about to be 3-2 up. It's such an incredible comeback that we've seen, but of course, Splyce not out of it yet. They can pull a comeback. They are trying to slow this game down, but unfortunately, they'll be slowing it down against Renegade, who has a sniper rifle, and he finds the face of Boo Boo Doo Boo, and he is really going off. We've seen no scopes from him this game, and we're seeing scope shots from him as well.
There it is.
Falcated, goodbye, my friend. You'll find Shotzzy as well. This is just easy picking. Str8 are going to go 3-2 up.
Yeah. All around the map, and he's hitting everything. Stop him, somebody. There it is, Boo Boo Doo Boo, but APG smells blood, and there it is, the victory. Renegade stands up yet again, 50-35. It could have been 51-35. Not sure exactly what it is. We're going to have to check out the stats there.
I mean, he got a double at the end.
Wow.
Technically, that was 51 kills, but what a show from Renegade right at the end, just hitting shots left, right, and center. And we saw it when we were in the listening as well. He hit a disgusting no-scope. Let's have a look at some of the statistics from that game. Renegade 18-11. That boy is on fire right now. And this is just crazy if you consider that Splyce were 2-0 up in this series.
The kid has arrived, my man. He has arrived. I mean, it's taken him all weekend long. Finally, Saturday night, he decides to show up, and I'm sure his team is happy because they are now getting back into this matchup. I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard. And when you're looking at the players on both teams, I mean, looking at the kills, the guy went 18-11, had 6 assists. I mean, those are big numbers right there. And then the rest of the team on Splyce, no one broke the 10-kill mark. So for them to go up, you know, 50-35 in that type of a victory, 14 power weapon kills coming out from Str8 Rippin. Let's take a look at some of these replays.
I mean, it was 51 kills as well, actually. They dominated the Slayers so much, they got more kills than you're supposed to get, and it's incredible stuff.
Yeah, and it's funny because the 51 didn't register on the post-game Carnage report, but it did register on our in-game stats tool called Prowler. So pretty amazing stuff. 51 kills. You very rarely see that, especially in a tournament match.
And honestly, it was just the rocket control. Well, of course, the sniper control made a big part as well, but there was so much rocket control from Str8 Rippin. Splyce really struggled to pick up those rockets, and that's why they fell kind of 10 kills behind about mid-game, and they were never able to recover because of it. Yep. Game number 6 is going to be Fathom capture the flag, Ghost, and we've seen Splyce struggle a little bit on capture the flag games today. They lost on Truth earlier as well to Str8 Rippin, so perhaps this is a real chance for Str8 to finish off this series.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. I mean, when you're talking about coming back, though, being down in a 2-0 deficit in a series count, might I add, and to storm back not only to win the first one, but the second one, and then therefore the third one to now lead this series 3-2. Str8 Rippin, man, they have found their spark. They have found the momentum. Renegade is driving that force in the last game type, and now when you're looking at Fathom capture the flag, man, it is a tough one, but when you're, I mean, if again, I talked about Empire Strongholds, we saw how good Splyce was on it, and eventually they crumbled in the end there to that comeback. Mounted by Str8 Rippin, but when you're looking at the likes of Shooter, Shotzzy, Boo, these guys are so good at moving around Fathom. They know how to get to top mid in every way possible. We talked about Naden and his movement on this map. Well, I like to think that Splyce is right there with him. They are extremely good, extremely talented with the railgun. Boo has the camo. That is his, I mean, that's his power-up. That's what he was born to pick up that thing. So, gotta keep an eye out for him, man, because Str8 Rippin, it's not over yet, man. And Splyce can't count him out.
Game number 6, Fathom capture the flag, perhaps the last game of the series if Str8 are able to take this one. Let's get right on into it. It's going to start things off with Boo over on Splyce. Can Splyce mount a comeback and get back into the series after being 2-0 up, or will we see Str8 take this one home and move further into the losers bracket to face off later on? And now we're going to see just these shots coming through, grenades as well. Renegade gets taken down, so this is great stuff. They're going to try and push in and take a flag here as well. It's just Ace alone on the flag. He should be taken out. Yes, he is. And now we can see them press, try and get a flag pull.
And you see the grenades flying in. Now 2 members from the Str8 Rippin team spawning silo get caught off guard. I don't know if they missed a call out right there, but Boo gets a huge double kill right there. And now we're going to see, I believe it's Shotzzy running the flag, the young gunner, the 15-year-old. Knows how to move across the map extremely well, and there is no one there to stop it. We might talk about this guy right here, but it's not going to do anything. That is a first cap going in favor of Splyce, and now let's jump on board with Shooter.
Yeah, and I think that's how Splyce have got to play. They've got to play aggressive, really get in the face of Str8, because Str8 have looked phenomenal when it comes to kind of spawn trapping, pulling those flags, and really controlling the game. But as soon as the game gets a little bit sloppy, a bit scrappy, when Splyce aren't allowing Str8 to really have time to think, that's when Splyce have really been making a meal of it, making a game of it, as Shooter takes down Ace as well. He should find Renegade for the double. Yes, he can. Turns around, looks for the triple. He doesn't get it because Falcate finishes it off. But now Splyce are looking really hot. Looks like they've woken up once again.
And I got to call out Str8 Rippin right now. I mean, the game started, guys. Renegade and APG still have 0 kills. You need to get something on the board after that last win. I don't know how you could be deflated. Pull up some momentum. Do something. Oh, my goodness. Falcated is constantly moving around players, and it looks like Str8 Rippin cannot do anything to get these guys on Splyce out of their base.
Yes, because it is just so scrappy at the moment. Off spawn, Str8 are having to go in one by one to take out these Splyce members. Falcate somehow still alive, just surviving on engine. Eventually does go down to the hands of APG, so we'll move across to him and see what he can do. New railgun coming up as well. He is just going to look top middle, but he's going against a light rifle. That is never a fun thing to do. So we'll see what Renegade can do now with the railgun here. Can he get any big kills? Can he do what he was doing last game with the sniper rifle? Can he be that impact player?
And the camouflage just spawned, and I believe he's well aware of it. Mr. Clutch calling out that time yet again, and now we see the young god, Renegade, has camo and railgun moving around the map. We're going to see as he's down 0-1 in this capture the flag game type. Watch and look. And he doesn't see anyone just yet, but now APG and Hines pick up a double. Now where they're going to move across the maps. Great feeler. Just understands exactly where these players are going to be positioned, and he's just hitting every corner shot necessary. And the players on Splyce, they're spawning in the engine room, and look what it feels like to be Boo. You're scared, and you're lucky that someone put some shots into Renegade because he just got taken down with camo rail.
You always learn a lot about a player as well when they have responsibility like that with the camouflage and the railgun. Are they going to push in and get aggressive? Yep. Are they going to pull back and worry about dying? It was unfortunately not the latter. He did push in, tried to get aggressive, but he was punished for it in the end. Boo taking him down, but now we will see railgun in the hands of Boo. Things slow down. Ace gets caught off spawn, and his head gets actually blown off. That's more than a haircut. He needs a head transplant, as now he is going to move in and try and pull this flag. Perhaps the rest of his team have all fallen.
Yeah, okay. More of a head transplant. I see what you're trying to say. Anyways, Boo though is causing quite the commotion. Yet again, he's in the Str8 Rippin base. Obviously, his skin is blue, or suit is blue, and the base is red. So that's, you know, a little bit of an indication for those of you guys just joining us in the Halo stream. It is red versus blue over here, and we see Bubu trying to do his best. But at the same time, look what's going on. Mr. APG, the Slayer himself, somehow managed to get the flag of his own all the way back to the Str8 Rippin household, as now he's going to try and get the capture. But look, I believe it's Ace now who's trying to help out, and Falcated all the way back at the base. We have a classic standoff.
And you'd like to think in a standoff, or at least I'd expect Str8 to kind of excel in these situations just because they have more experience, but it depends how aggressive Splyce get and how much they try and punish Str8 for maybe sitting back and waiting for the right opportunity. I really just want to see Splyce continue with this sheer aggression. Shooter's going to push through with the railgun and see if he can make a big difference. We'll catch out Renegade from behind as well, so that's going to be a numbers advantage for Splyce. This is the perfect opportunity to push in here.
No, not only that, but we also see the railgun is obviously on Splyce, but the camo now is on Shotzzy. Shotzzy gets a big melee off on APG, but now he's spotted. I don't know if I agree with that play right there, Dan. He could die, but Hines, no, Renegade takes him down. Huge nade coming out from him, as now Shotzzy with camo kind of, I like to think, jumped the gun a little early.
Yeah, but now we'll see numbers advantage for Str8 Rippin instead, so they're starting to make their way up towards the map, and it'll mean Splyce will have to turtle back and go on the defensive this time to make sure that their flag won't be returned. Shooter is actually going to try and push around and take this battle with Renegade, but he's being shot from all sorts of directions. A little bit of a windmill there with the pistol as he goes down to Renegade in the end. APG has himself a light rifle,
wow,
and he is just doing
great
a
shots.
load of damage at the moment.
And the reason he's actually jumping here is because he knows that since he's blocking silo spawn, that players on Splyce will actually spawn in that elbow, and initially they're going to want to jump up and try and help out, and he knew that. And now we see Hines gets a big kill, but he gets taken down. Ace, the last one alive, has to be a little bit worried. He doesn't know where the Splyce roster is, and when you're, you know, going against the likes of Shotzzy, well, this guy moves extremely quick, so you got to be concerned.
It's in these situations as well where you really need to look to your captain to really make a decision to be like, look, you two need to go and push this side, I'll push this side, you take the flag. Really need to see the command coming out from these players, who can take the initiative, who's going to really take it in their stride. This is the Halo World Championship, so much money on the line, so much pressure for these guys, and there we'll have it. The flag's so close to being returned, but I think the touch comes through. Renegade trying to do what he can, but eventually these Splyce members still come in and they still stay strong.
Oh my goodness, it looked like it was really just about to get returned. I mean, no chance, and then all of a sudden, I think it was a wild Bubu flew in from the clouds, managed to grab that, and just continue the standoff. I mean, when you are Splyce and the time is ticking away and you have a 1-0 lead, I mean, what better way to keep edging that out than maintain this standoff? Obviously, you know, you could play a little bit more offense than the defense, but right now it is clearly in their favor.
This is the time when you need to see people with flags kind of push out and do something a little bit different as well. If you just sit back in the base and you make it a 3 versus 3, then great. Okay, it might happen, your teammates might be able to make the change, but instead, you could push out, get a little bit aggressive, make it a 4 versus 3 situation.
Yep, 100%. And now we're going to see Bubu, one of the best players on his team right now, just maintaining control of the flag. When you hold the flag, you do not show that to the enemy team where the flag is actually located, so it's very important to kind of, you know, just make sure that the flag is well taken care of, right? And when you look at the enemy teams, aka Str8 Rippin, you're going to see APG was just doing his civic duty, holding onto the flag. Now he's pushing out a little bit. He's making sure that everything's okay. And it looks like Bubu was taken down, and now Shooter has taken the reins of the flag. Ace, though, gets a big melee kill right there. Railgun in the hands of Ace. We're going to see if he can do something to try and get this standoff just nullified, man. But no sirree, as Shooter now takes him down yet again. We're going to hop on board with him.
Yeah, new railgun will be coming up soon, and new camouflage as well. Always important to grab a camo in these kind of situations. Perhaps that's why both teams are kind of sitting off a little bit, waiting, biding their time as Renegade gets the ground pound onto Shooter, and actually APG finds a frag as well. But the flag's still in the hands of Shotzzy here. He knows there are players coming and hunting for him. It's going to be Renegade, the first point of contact, but Shotzzy just continuing his fine form and putting bullets between Renegade's eyes, and he's still alive. That new railgun is up. Really important that one of these teams can grab this. It's actually Shooter who's going to dart down there and try and pick that one up for himself.
And sure enough, he does pick that up, but he's got to be concerned because Camo is about to pop top mid in about 10 seconds. And look at this rotation. He's well aware that it's coming up, but now APG gets a big kill. Now APG manages to stay alive, sprinting, combining it with his shoulder, excuse me, his Spartan charge. Those are the types of intangibles that you need to have to try and stay alive in this game. I was talking about it with Rain from Liquid a little bit earlier this weekend. Just, you know, it's almost a coin flip, some of those moments where whether or not you're going to stay alive. And when you have that ability to you know, to really just make sure that you don't die, it's so valuable in a game that is as close as this.
Here we go. This could be the difference maker. Heinz has found himself the camouflage, and if he can sneak around like a little sneaky beaver and find the frag onto the flag guy, it could be absolutely massive. But of course, he needs to get there first without being spotted. That's why he's just kind of crouch walking here, so that he doesn't be seen, so that the camouflage doesn't dissipate even slightly, so he is noticed. Even if one grenade just happens to tap him on the foot, they will know exactly where he is. So as you said, yes, being very patient, just crawling ever slowly towards the Splyce base. They'll be well aware that the camouflage has been picked up, but Falcata gets the opening kill, and actually Shotzzy gets another one. So even with the camouflage, it's going to be so difficult for him to make a real impact. And he has been spotted out, so all the Splyce members are going to turn around, and Heinz is going to fall, and their chance of returning that flag is absolutely thwarted.
Yeah, that just sucks to see. I mean, as a guy that just wants to see some crazy gameplay right there, to see Heinz get spotted, I believe it was Boo-Boo-Doo-Boo, none other than the camo god himself, holding the flag. He's got some good eagle eyes, man. And now we're going to see if Ace can maintain control of this flag over here. He's down to no shields. He's going to try and throw it out and try and make sure that, I believe it's APG off the spawn, has a chance at keeping it alive. But this standoff, man, it's getting close. Heinz, though, throws some good nades. Do they get the double read? They do. And that is the capture, I believe. Well, wait. It was, yes. It's 2-0.
Yeah, Black has gone in. Splyce 2-0 up in just 1 minute and 47 seconds left. So Str8 need to turn up now if they want to be winning this series. Otherwise, we are going to be going to a Game 7. Renegade certainly pushing in, doing some damage with a railgun here. Doesn't quite find the connection. Just takes him down to no shields. Could have been a massive kill. But here we go. The flag is moving, and he will have backup because of the railgun. Here we go. Renegade, can he put anything through? No, he can't. He'll be shut down by a grenade. Shotzzy is going huge. He might get a return as well, and perhaps that might be the end of the game.
That could very well be the end of the game, especially when you look at the spawns they're about to come out. Everyone on Str8 Rippin is going to spawn in this silo side of the map. You got to be concerned. And now Shotzzy trying to cut off those choke points, cut off the angles. Two members of Str8 Rippin went top middle as Shotzzy misses a nifty little jump. And now it's two players down, though, as Boo-Boo-Doo-Boo gets those kills. And the final flag cap is being ran in by none other than the dirty work man himself, Mr. Falcated. Going to a Game 7, Str8 Rippin versus Splyce. What a series.
Yeah,
so
Splyce not letting up there. They were 2-0 up with just 1 minute and 20 seconds left. They said, to hell with it. Let's go and let's put a third flag in. As you said, Game 7. What a fantastic series this has been. Let's have a look at some of the statistics and see who really stood out on those teams, Ghost.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you look at the stats right now, you would think that they tell the story, but the only person that really went off, in my opinion, is Mr. Boo-Boo-Doo-Boo. This guy went 22, 13, and 11. But when looking at the assists for both Shotzzy and Shooter, very impressive work. And I can't say the same about the Str8 guys. Looking down the assist column for Str8, almost all of them under 10 assists. APG putting up 15, 16, and 17 stat line. Pretty impressive. But I gotta say, man, the thing that threw me off was we saw Str8 Rippin pick up the camouflage 5 times. Splyce picked it up once, and even with those 4 extra times having camouflage, they never transitioned it into a flat cap. So I don't know if they got cold feet or what happened, but they never moved and they never advanced on some of those opportunities.
And I remember yesterday in an interview, Boo-Boo-Doo-Boo was saying, oh, well, there's the man himself. He said, a good defense is a good offense. Or a good offense is a good defense. One of the two. Either way, they were pushing through.
The
and they were.
defense is a good offense.
That's the one, exactly. They were getting aggressive. They weren't allowing Str8 to kind of be the ones who were asking the questions. Instead, it was Splyce who were constantly getting in the faces of Str8. And Str8 were just on the back foot, having to just turtle up into their base and try and protect that flag. And in the end, the double return came through, and it was too much for Str8 to keep in the game.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, looking at this Splyce roster, man, they got to be feeling good. I mean, they were facing, you know, some ugly game types, right, for them. And for them to turn this around and to win that Game 6, it's a big deal. And I got to say, I'm interested to see what Str8 Rippin does in this Game 7. It looked like we saw, like I said, the majority of the power-ups were falling into Str8 Rippin, but it's almost like they forgot how to use teamwork or something. I mean, looking at the assist column, Normally, it's not something that you really, focus on and really kind of hold accountable, but that was just an odd one for me to see, especially when comparing it to the Splyce assist. So we're going to have to see what happens there, but in the same breath, I do want to mention Splyce outslayed Str8 Rippin in that last game 76-61. So a 15-kill margin there for Splyce. Clearly they were doing something right, controlling top mid, and also playing some phenomenal defense, as you see on your screen. We saw that flag standoff. If that went the other way, if Hines wasn't spotted and he was able to manage a return, we could have seen a potential tie or maybe just a win in general from Str8 Rippin, but no. We're moving into a Game 7, Dan. Yeah,
it's going to be a Game 7. I mean, they touched on it on the analysis desk as well. They were saying that Splyce have had their fair share of Game 7s, but of course, Str8 Rippin had that amazing Game 7 yesterday against Crowd Pleasers. We casted that one. It just seems like whenever we cast, we get these Game 7s. Str8 came out on top when they were 3-3 against Crowd Pleasers. Do you think Str8 can pull this back and go and win this series? It's gonna be Slayer on Eden. It's game number 7. The crowd's excited. I'm excited. You're excited.
I'm extremely excited. You know why I'm excited? Because the last time we watched Str8 Rippin play this, I believe it was a Game 7 versus Luminosity, and we saw an unfortunate Ninja miss a sniper shot that we know he shouldn't have missed, and that was on the young god, Mr. Renegade. This guy's pushing out, using the Hydra to his advantage. We all know how deadly that can be in the right hands. Shout out to Quinn and Miwi, the guys who probably use it the most. But regardless, Renegade, and we've seen some other players. I think it was Ace who connected on some massive Hydra kills in that Game 7 against Luminosity out in Vegas. And now Renegade trying to use it as well, but at a 2-0 deficit already. But with the rocket launcher, that's not something you want to see. Your friend's body just flies across the screen. A little bit concerning for the young guy.
Yeah, I don't want Renegade just to be firing rockets willy-nilly here. I want him to actually think about his plays and work with his team. They're 4-0 down, and at the moment, he looks a little bit scared. So let's move across to Shotzi, who does not look scared. He's 4-0 up, and he has a sniper rifle in his hands. He wants to do some damage. He knows full well these Str8 members are hiding as well. They are shaking in their boots because they are worried about being hit by any of these sniper bullets.
You think APG's shaking in his boots, man?
In some way.
You really think APG? Maybe.
Yeah, he is now, as his head gets ripped off by Shotzi, and this young 15-year-old doing real damage, but in comes Renegade, finally making a difference with these rockets.
That was a very, very solid rocket right there, but for him to not follow up with the second one right there, or excuse me, not get a kill on the second one, and now here it is, yet again, Mr. T2 combo himself. Nope, elects to drop the rockets, and now we see Renegade now with the sniper rifle. We're gonna pay attention, watch to see if he can do anything particular with the sniper rifle, make a difference, but it's gonna be tough, man.
Yeah, Ace actually picks up a kill as well with a rocket launcher, and Renegade needs to start hitting some shots to help his teammates. There we go.
Help a teammate.
Finds the Shin Falcate, it takes him down. They're just 2 kills behind now. New rockets coming up very soon, so look for both of these teams to be contesting outside and trying to position themselves to grab these. You can see Str8 are in a fantastic position right now, but Splyce are surrounding them, Ghost.
Oh yeah, and they're pushing in Turbine, right? We just saw on our screen from the silhouettes from observer mode. Clearly there are some players going for rockets, and Renegade is just, he's just having a day at the office, I guess. Let's jump on board with Mr. Richard Hines Jr. Big shout out to Richard Hines Sr. Probably watching in the crowd, watching at home. Guy always used to come out of events, actually with Ace's parents, and they used to, have some chats. Well, shout out to the guys the parents that support their kids in gaming, because it's far and few between sometimes. Well,
speaking of supporting your kids, this man is 15 years old, and he's got a chance of making it even further in this bracket, moving towards that top 4. It would be an amazing placement for Splyce, and they do have the lead here in the Game 7. And he's just moving on around with the map, and of course in Halo 5, repositioning yourself with the power weapons is so important. Sticking with your team, staying alive, and not giving away any easy deaths.
Just as you say that though, Dan, I'm looking at a young Renegade. This guy has snuck his way all the way over to top catwalk, manages to secure a big SMG kill right there with the beatdown. 2 shots fired off. Narrowly gets cleaned up by Falcated, who hits a whip of a pistol shot, I believe, from blue base, and now he's spotted someone else on his radar, and he's looking for him, man. He's looking for a pesky Ace, who also has an SMG, and now he's down. I mean, they have a 4-kill lead. They've had it since the beginning of the game, and they are not looking back just yet.
Well, I want to see what Splyce have to say. Let's go for an Astro listen in for these guys who are looking to take home this series.
Get this minute, guys. Grab this sniper. I'm dropping an LR. I'm dropping an LR.
I'm gonna hold outside. Someone stay here. Someone get LR and stay here. And let Jesse snipe.
Oh, and sniping, and sniping.
Right? They could be red flag. Clear.
Yeah, they could be. They could be crouching like right at the front right window or something.
Okay, good job.
Yo, right now, roll the west now, weak. Yeah, Sean Tyson LR, roll the west.
He's all the west, guys.
One shot, front. Bottom all the west, one shot. And right now, red SMG, one shot.
Nice, red SMG, still one.
New rockets, guys, new rockets.
One shot, red SMG. One shot, red SMG.
Two dead.
Rockets, guys, help me.
Let's get rockets.
Hit, killing me.
And blue cage. Rockets now.
Rockets, guys. Yeah, it's rockets.
Blue plant as well. And one was blue cage.
Let's go to tower then. Let's go to tower.
I died. Blue cage coming.
Okay, I'm going tower. Someone come.
Shot the stairs.
Can you come, Ant?
Yeah, I'm going red all.
Yo, blue cage.
Yeah, they have rockets here, I think. He's here with rockets. Weak renegade.
Right all.
He's weak renegade. Back weak. He wasted one on me. He's weak top tower. Red side tower.
Yo, in pit. One shot blue pit. There's two there.
Play smart, Ant.
I got one. That guy.
Good job.
Was blue Ben.
Yeah,
He's pit chasing you.
Sniper flat.
Hit. Blue curve, Jesse.
I died from nade.
top weak.
Outside spawn, dude.
Two outside.
Outside, they're pushing. I died.
Pushing outside right now.
Red security with our.
Outside red.
Nice.
Outside red. Red window. Red weak. No, yeah, behind. Red nest, outside red. Red sniping. And red fan, I'm pretty sure.
You want. Watch on red.
Red fan or pit or something.
Yeah, red fan. Just. I'm from blue. Let's get red nest.
They're looking at me, red nest. They're gonna
outside red with LR.
Jesse, you push up in that.
Where's he?
We got that. We'll push it. Red fan weak.
Don't push it, just
I'm here.
Red window sniping the red flat. Red window sniping, guys. Oh, no. Red flat.
Go outside red, one shot.
Mike, I'm trying to help you. He's on you. He's
Yo, for red alley.
One shot.
And you see the communication level right now between these two teams. Obviously, Splyce is just doing amazing work, calling out every single thing possible. But again, Str8 Rippin is right there in it. And now we see Str8 Rippin actually take the lead. 2 kills coming out from there. Shotzi manages to clean up ace, but Renegade hits a perfect. And now he sees his teammate just snake that sniper rifle out of nowhere. Who was that? I believe that was a young Bradley loss. So let's go on board with him. No, he drops it. He drops it for John.
Yeah, Renegade. He was like, no, give me that sniper. I'm going to make a difference. We saw the sniping that he had earlier on Coliseum. Let's see more of the same. Can he win this one? For Str8 Rippin, there we go. Headshot, boom, right into Falcated Skull. Are we going to see more? But Shotzi's found himself a rocket launcher. So power weapons galore here to work with. 3 of Str8 Rippin are down. Renegade, the last surviving member, and there's a new sniper rifle coming up, Ghost.
I love the angle that he's taking here. Not only that, but the spawns that he's gotten for his team have clearly played into this role, right, where they're going for the sniper rifle, and they know that there's no one on the side because of those spawns. So just those little pieces of knowledge, the little tidbits of knowledge, allows for players like Renegade to rotate, for APG to try and grab the new sniper, I believe it was. So we're going to see if anything happens here. No, he didn't grab the sniper just yet. It's still up.
No one's been able to take that new sniper. Is Renegade going to pop up there just to kind of reload, get a little bit more ammo? It looks like, yes, he's going to go for that. Is he going to be caught off guard? No, he's not. So plenty of ammo to work with. It could be the Renegade show is just going to run and reposition, try and help APG, who's on no shields here, as he's taking a battle against some of the Splyce members. And Splyce at the moment going for the pincer effect. They're coming from both angles. Perhaps they're trying to catch out Renegade. But at the moment, Renegade has not been spotted. He is hiding away. He's been alive for so long, but he's not made an impact. Finally, he's caught, and Shooter will take him down. Shooter actually falls off the map, or maybe even exploded. He killed himself with a barrel there, but either way, he's going to go down. Shotzi also falls to Hines, so we're back. It's 30-30. Can anyone find these goodies on the floor? Rockets and sniper rifle are both there.
As I look over to the analyst desk, Harry has his hands over his head after seeing Shotzi die at that corner. I mean, the guy had rockets, and he just dilly-dallied. It seemed like for an hour. Next thing you know, he gets cleaned up. Rockets, sniper, Hydra, everything is over here at this red vent. And look at this, no one even knows what to do. It's Christmas for Str8 Rippin, unbelievable.
Yes, the Str8 arsenal is just kind of just being reloaded there. They're saying, actually, no, you have rockets, I'll have rockets, you have rockets, I'll have a Hydra, you have a sniper. But new rockets are coming up as well, so more goodies to play with as Hines gets in the face of Boo Boo Doo Boo, but gets shut down immediately. Ace gonna come in and try and beat damage control here, try and clean up these Splyce members who are lurking around. And he's gonna actually switch that one out and maybe pick up the Hydra here instead of the rocket launchers, because the rocket is out of ammo.
And for those of you just joining us, a little bit unfamiliar with the Hydra, this thing can be a beast in the right hands. Obviously, you see him zooming in. It's because he's trying to search for those players on the Splyce roster and using the Hydra to his advantage, getting a lock on, and then these things are Sidewinder missiles. It takes 2 to connect on the body to kill, and a few more if you don't hit him directly. But hey man, Ace using this weapon to his advantage.
34-35, such a close affair, and we've got to remind how much money is on the line. The difference between finishing top 6 and top 4 is about 15K. So these players know that they want to win this game. So much money to play for in the $1 million Halo World Championships here. Hines pushing in, trying to finish off Boo Boo. Does find him as well. Boo gets wiped off the server. New sniper rifle up as well. This is back and forth, Ghost.
But Shotzzy now picking up a big kill from bottom mid. Not something that you see many players do, utilizing the bottom area of this map in such a late game situation. The sniper rifle, though, is still up, and we're going to see if any players on Str8 Rippin are in position to grab it. It looks like Ace is just now, but Shotzzy hearing the callouts, trying to get top mid, trying to use these just little nerd jumps to his advantage, and it seems to be working for him so far.
This is when nerves start to come into play as well. The beads of sweat start to drop from your forehead, and some of these players are more comfortable on land than the others, but Splyce are currently leading. Shotzzy actually goes down to a grenade, so we'll move across to Falcated, who's found himself a sniper rifle. Some bullets to work with, and there's some more ammo for him. Look at that, a full sniper rifle, a double sniper as well. What an opportunity this is for Splyce. If they can reposition around him, and if Falcated can start hitting these shots, then perhaps this is a real chance for Splyce to win this series.
Oh, for sure, and it looks like someone must have combat evolved that sniper, right? Throwing the plasma grenade over to the weapon pad, launches the sniper rifle over to mid-bridge, and now we see Falcated caught a little bit off guard with a brute plasma rifle. He jumps off the map with all that ammo.
So huge to throw that sniper rifle off. Yes, okay, he died, but he's not going to give that sniper rifle away. Str8 Rippin have a 1-kill lead. New rockets are up as well as Hines is raining down bullets with this battle rifle. Does take down Shooter as well. Great shots from Hines. It's a 3-kill lead. Just 5 more kills needed for Str8 Rippin to win this one.
And not only that, Gaskin, but you're looking at a BR and rocket combo coming out from APG, 4 to be exact, and that is a big kill coming out of Renegade. Look at him retreating, staying alive, knows that APG has his back. APG perfectly slides back by that BR ammo, ensures that he's got it fully stocked and loaded, even gets a little bit of a reload right there, and now we're going to see him just playing the waiting game, man. When you're talking about this spot in rockets, it can be pretty certain death for anyone trying to push him.
And this is the thing, look at Splyce slowing this down, but there's only a minute left and it's just 3 kills needed for Str8 Rippin. So Splyce, they need to move very quickly if they want to get back into this game, but they will be moving into the rockets of APG. That's 48 kills, just 2 more needed now, and APG can make his move any moment. Still 48, he does fire a rocket across the map, can't find anyone just yet, but that's still only 44 seconds, Ghost. Splyce, they're trying to make their move, but unfortunately it's going to be so difficult for them to do something. 5 kills behind now. Can APG really make a difference? I want to see him do something good. I don't want to see him just turtle back. It's now 4 kills behind. 30 seconds left for Splyce. Can they make anything? Can they finally keep their dreams alive, or are Str8 going to be progressing to face off against Envy? Here comes APG. He gets the 49. There's 3 kills in it. Hines has the chance. Str8 Rippin are going through to face Envious, and Ace will go through with that thrust across the stage once again.
It must be the new maneuver that Ace has. When he wins a Game 7, he just takes off and thrusts across the stage. Unbelievable play coming out from both teams. Honestly, could have gone either way at the end there. We saw the lead going back and forth, but just a couple of plays, right? We saw, I think it was Falcated. We were counting on him to hit the sniper shots, right? And his positioning, it was just a little bit awkward for me. I know Tiberius Audley always talking about how just important it is in Halo 5 to hit your angles and rotate for those new spawners. And Falcated was just hanging out Brett Ben for a little bit too long for Splyce's liking. And then obviously Str8 Rippin had easy pickings, cleaned him up with the brute plasma rifle. He throws the sniper off the map. Next thing you know, Splyce doesn't really have a chance of getting back into it.
Well, let's have a look at the statistics. What a series it was, and what a way to finish.